Welcome to the Social Stack, your go-to channel to learn about real estate marketing based in technology. I'm Amy Stack, and today we're going to cover how to create a multi-touch marketing campaign inside Command. Before we get started, if this is your first time here and you want to learn more about marketing and social media for your real estate business, start now by subscribing to my channel. Just click that red subscribe button and then the bell icon to make sure you receive new content notifications. Hey, you guys, it's starting to get a little chilly in Chicago, and then with the pandemic going on, I know everybody has been stocking up on TP and paper towels. Am I right? See lots of head nods. Yeah. All right. Oh, let me pause a second. There's some more people in our waiting room. There we go. So the reason I'm asking you about that is because I bet that there's some other paper products out there that you're grabbing every time you're going to the store. And I want you guys to go ahead and unmute or type in the chat because I want you to tell me the first brand you think of when you hear facial tissue.
Kleenex.
Kleenex.
Neutrogena.
Oh, I didn't hear what that second one was.
Neutrogena.
Neutrogena, Puffs, Kleenex. First thing you think of.
Kleenex.
It can be a repeat. It's okay. Another Kleenex. Yeah, you guys notice a trend here? It's like the same thing being repeated over and over, right? Yeah, the chat's blowing up with Kleenex, Kleenex, Kleenex. We got one Puffs in the chat. So, like I said, I heard a bunch of Kleenex and a couple of other things, and we saw a bunch of Kleenex in the chat as well. So you can see that the vast majority of people were only naming a couple of companies, and that's because those companies are masters at keeping themselves in top of mind or grabbing your mind share. So that's really important to think about when you're doing these multi-touch campaigns. I'm going to try something new with my Zoom. I know we can do whiteboards. I've never done it before. So you guys are going to be my guinea pigs today. I want to try to show you something. So bear with me. Let's see. Whiteboard. All right. Do you guys see a white screen right now?
Yep.
Yes, ma'am.
Draw, you see a little blue line?
No line.
The white screen, no blue line.
No blue line. All right. How do I? Oh, your screen sharing is paused. Why is it paused? Let's do it over. There. How about now? Do you see a blue line?
Yep.
Yes.
All right.
Yep.
Glad I asked. Clear all drawings. Okay. So some of you guys may have seen this already, but I want to show you a little bit about the life of a lead in real estate. So, you know, somebody's coming along, they're in their house, they're thinking about moving, they're coming up. We've got a curve and then they come back down. It just kind of looks like this, right? So right here is where the transaction happens. And this is where we love to get people, right in this spot, right? Those are the good leads. They're the hot leads, right? But, you know, people, they're thinking about real estate here and here and here, and you can still be talking to them in all of these spots as well, right? Right?
Yeah. Yep.
Everybody is fighting for their attention when they're in this little circle up here. But what if you guys already had their mind share?
That'd be awesome.
Right? So I'm going to show you how you guys can use some various applets inside Command to create some systemized touches so that you can tie it all together into an automated SmartPlan, because we want to already have their mind share by the time they get to this spot here, so that they're thinking of you and only you, and not even worrying about anybody that's reaching out to them when they're in that spot of their journey with their real estate buys or sells. Because I hear a lot of people say, you know, they get a lead right here or they get a lead right here, and they say, you know, it's not a good lead. And I say to them, if you don't think that's a good lead, I don't think you're planning on being in real estate very much longer, because all leads are good leads if you follow up with them. Does that sound right? All right. Thanks for letting me test out my Loom whiteboard trick with you guys. I'm going to stop that screen share. Got a couple more people coming in here. All right. So if you guys are familiar with the Millionaire Real Estate Agent or the Shift book, you're familiar with the fact that in a shifting market, we're told that every 12 METs in your sphere should get you 2 transactions, and every 50 nod mets or like internet leads, stuff like that, they should get you about 1 transaction a year. So even though those people might be in your database or your data bank, those deals aren't just going to fall into your lap out of thin air, right? You need to be able to stay top of mind and in relationship year round, so that when the time comes and they're ready to make a move, you are the only one that they're thinking of. And you need to understand that now that you guys are like kind of, I feel like you're understanding the power of the touches here, right? We're going to dig in a little bit more and make you, give you the power to automate that stuff for yourself. So not only is it important to stay top of mind, but it's probably really good for your business if you can kind of automate that stuff to just let it run in the background so that you can concentrate on other activities, you know, getting the deals done and stuff like that. That sound like a good plan for today? All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to open with some stuff I already have set up. I'm going to show you the stuff that's finished, and then we'll go backwards and we'll show you how to do it all. Sound like a good plan? All right. Oh, we still got lots of people coming in the market, the market center. This is my market center today, my Zoom room. Okay, let me go ahead and share my screen here. And you guys all see my command window now? Make that full screen. Yep. Okay, perfect. So I got a couple of windows opened up here. This is a SmartPlan that I've already put together. And if you guys have never seen a SmartPlan before, that's okay. I have one completed here, and I just want to show you what it looks like. The SmartPlan I've set up has 1 email, a delay of 5 days, a text message, another delay of 20 days, another email, a delay of 5 days, and another text message. And then you can see it's the end of the SmartPlan. So that is something that I've set up so that once you add somebody to it, it will just go through those steps automatically for them. And here's a sample of one of the emails that's in there. So you can see I've got my office logo at the top. We've got a cute little season's greetings graphic, a letter built right in there, and you can see it's ready to fill in the contact's first name. So, you know, I'm assuming that if you have a contact in command, you've got their name in there. So it'll auto-populate their name for them, so it looks like a custom email. And then we have your information will actually pull right in from your marketing profile into this little red square here, as well as the information in the footer. So that's a holiday one that I made. And then here is a New Year's one. So same type of thing where we got cute little graphic at the top, our content, and then our footer. And you can make all of these things right inside command. While I have you guys on, oh, I thought I just opened my chat, sorry. I want you guys to go ahead and write in the chat, or if you want to unmute and talk, I would love to know how many people have played around with the emails inside command already. And, you know, if you're in the chat and you've played around with email or text, just write email or text or Twilio. I see we've got some thumbs ups on the screen. I just want to kind of see, you know, where everybody is. Let me unshare my there so I can see everybody. All right, so email. Okay, so it looks like we have a little bit of both. We've got about 30 people in the class. I'd say that there's probably about half and half, some people that have looked at it and played and some people that haven't really used it at all. So let me start with the actual designs. So I specifically chose these 2 graphics from designs inside command. I did not make these from scratch. So let's start with that. We're in command and I want to make some graphics. So I know I want to make an email and I want to have a cute little picture to put in there. How do I make that picture? Let's go to designs. You're just going to tap on that little guy there. And let me share my screen again. Here we go. So we're in designs here. I just tapped this little icon and it opened up designs. So these are all things that I've touched and worked on. If you guys have never been in designs, this will be blank and that's okay. To start something new, you want to come down to the blue plus sign and then go ahead and hit social is the ones I've been using, and then next, and that will open up all of our social media graphics. Open my chat box in case you guys have questions here. All right. So what I like to do for these holiday ones is go right into the lead generation tab. So you can see there's a bunch of categories on the left. I'm going to go into lead generation and holiday greetings. And then the ones I use for the emails, I either use the square, so you can see there's an option for social square or social wide at the top. Those are the two I typically stick with. So I'm going to go ahead and hit social wide. And you can see that there's a whole bunch of holiday graphics in here ready to go. So I used some older ones. It looks like they already, oh yeah, right here. This one that is highlighted here is the one I use for season's greetings. And all you have to do is tap use on that. And if you want to use it just as it is, just like this, of course you want to either delete the DBA or put your own logo in there. So I'm just going to select that and delete that. Now, if you didn't want a logo on it or anything, you could use it just like this, and you just have to hit the download button right here. I like to use the PNGs and start download. You could absolutely add text. There's a text button over here. So you could add text in there, like I added season's greetings. You can add your own logos in there. If you haven't loaded them into command, you can just upload them as an image in this image section right here. So once you're happy with your graphic, you're just going to hit download there. And now you can see it's downloaded onto my computer. I'm just going to hit done. And I see something, oh, I do want to save. I see something came in the chat. So Dawn said, I used the verbiage from the Happy Thanksgiving email from command, but then just sent individual emails out since I need to focus on updating my contacts. That's a great idea, Dawn. If you don't have your command system quite set up to do bulk emails, you can absolutely come in and take a look at the emails, which is a perfect segue into my next step for you. And you can take any of the copy out of there so you don't have to come up with it from scratch. So I just made my graphic. The next thing we want to do is get that email template ready to go. So we're going to go right back into designs. That's where we're going to create the email as well. So I'm just going to tap on that. We're going to do our plus sign again. And then this time I'm going to choose email instead of social. We're going to hit next. And these are all the templates that I have access to. You can see there's 41, so I can load more. So there's 41 templates that KW has already put together for you. And the one I used was the holiday one. So I don't remember what it's called. Sorry, I made it a couple weeks ago. Here, classic happy holidays. That's the one I used right there. And we're going to go ahead and hit next. And while that loads, another question came in. Can we do smart plans with dates of holidays yet, or just days apart steps? Good question, Michelle. Right now, we have triggers based on tags only. We can't trigger based on a date. So if you are trying to space them out specifically, I'll show you how to do that in a little bit. You do have to use the delays to make them go out on certain dates. You can trigger them on a specific date, like you can schedule them to send on, you know, December 5th, if that's what you want to do, but you still have to have your delays set up for everything that follows in the entire campaign. All right, so here is the template. And as I mentioned to you guys before, a couple of things actually feed in right from your marketing profile, which is this market center up here, and then all the way at the bottom, the red box and the footer. So that's why I can't actually click on any of this really. I mean, it says I can edit it. Don't mess with any of that. I promise that it will feed in. And if you're not sure what it's going to look like, there's a little eyeball right here. You can tap that eyeball and it'll give you a preview. So then you can see how it all feeds in for you. So if something's missing in one of these sections, or at the very top here, you need to go into your marketing profile and update it there. Then it'll feed right in for you. All right, so here is my email template that I've clicked on. And I didn't even remember that this was the same image in here. So let's go ahead and click this image. We're going to pretend I didn't change it already. You click the image or your text box. You can see these little guys are popping up to let me edit. So I have my image here. I'm just going to hit the little pencil. And to replace it, all you're going to do is hit replace. And you can see there's things I've already started uploading into my account here. So if you've already uploaded them, you could just click on it. So let's say I wanted to use this Happy Holidays one, or here's my season greeting one that I already created. You just click on one of those and then you would hit replace. If you have something new you're adding to the catalog here, you just hit add images and you can drag and drop anything in here. So if you've downloaded something from designs already, you can put it in there. If you've taken a photo yourself that you want to include in there, you just email it to yourself and download it to your computer, and then you can upload it right in here. So I'm just going to drag and drop my file in there, and you can see it popped up at the bottom. I'm just going to select it and hit replace, which it was the same image. I didn't realize that. Sorry about that, guys. But now you can see it's back in there. The other couple little notes I have for you on this is sometimes when you, just going to hit done really quick, when you put something in that's not 100% fit for the right size, you see how that kind of smushed a little bit? That's why I specifically chose the social wide, because I want to show you guys how to fix that. So if we hit this little pencil here, opens up our image again, and you can see we have the option to edit the width and the height over here. So let's make it 600. We're going to hit done. And look, now it doesn't look quite as smushed. So you just play around with those until you find the right dimensions. Make sure you continue to hit save. Done does not equal save. So every time I hit done, I hit save too. So just in case anything happens, I walk away, get a phone call, whatever, we know it's safe and I can get back into it. Then for the text, again, you're just going to click that text box, hit your little pencil, and you have all of the text on the right-hand side here. I saw a question come in. What are the best size for photos? Oh, Ken, good question. So the best size for photo is really going to depend on the layout of your body of your email, because you could have something tall, right? Maybe you don't want something that's wide like this. Maybe you want a tall one, and that's fine. It will only let you go 750 by 750 pixels. So that's the largest it will be. So that's the largest vertically and the largest horizontally it can be. So it has to stay within that. And as you're in the editor, I showed you the little eyeball for preview. Once you click on that, you'll also have 3 little screens at the top. So right now I'm previewing it on how somebody would see it on a web browser on the computer. And if I click the middle one, this is a tablet. So you can see it's a little bit more smushed here. If I go to phone, it's totally different. And that's why I like using the square icons, because I know it's going to look good on all 3 screens. Because we know people like to use their mobiles all the time. So that's a great way to preview how to look on all different types of devices.
I did that, and I could not understand why in my preview, the top images for the newsletter, it was a 4-section newsletter.
Huh?
The top 2 were shifted to the left, and the bottom 2 were actually in the center. And I don't know how it got that way.
Are they the same size image?
Yep.
Oh.
No, the whole column, the text and everything. For some
Oh.
reason was all shifted.
Oh yeah, I'd have to look at it. I don't know. I haven't run into that yet. There's a possibility that you accidentally edited something. Like I don't ever, click on any of these lines or anything like that. I just click on the text box or the image and then hit the little pencil. So there's a chance that maybe you clicked on something outside of that on accident. So let's go back into the text here. So I've got this clicked, I'm already in the edit, and you can see we have dear contact first name. So let's say you wanted to, add their last name too. Right at the top, in the top right here, we have where it says agent first name. I can click on that and it opens up a whole bunch of different merge fields that we can use. So I could say contact last name. So now I've got dear contact first name, contact last name. So it would say Amy Stack instead of just Amy. Go ahead and hit done, and you can see now that's populated in there, but it changed my formatting on the rest too. So you want to make sure if you are playing around with the stuff like that, that you are paying attention to that formatting and coming back in, and you're going to edit any of that you need to as well. So see how the I came all the way over here. I can go like this. I thought I would just need to do it once. There we go. And then if I hit done, we'll see that this section should clean up right here. See? So just pay attention to your formatting. And once you have that exactly how you want it, you're just going to hit save. And let's call this test holiday. We're going to hit save again. Oops, I didn't save that. Sorry. Oh, no, I did. All right, good. I thought I forgot to hit save over here. So we're going to hit save and exit. And there's my test holiday email. Okay? So now I have my email ready to go that I want to add into a SmartPlan. You guys can do as many emails as you want. So if you want to do like an open house plan for follow-up to people that have come to open houses, you can come up with multi-steps Is that like, thanks for coming, what were your thoughts, let's get you into another home, something like that. You can do as many steps as you want, and a smart plan can run up to 3 months, but you do have the ability to have the last step be, okay, once this smart plan is done, I want to actually start it on another one. So it'll automatically put it onto another smart plan. Or you can say, I want it to repeat. Now, obviously, if you're sending out holiday stuff, you don't want the same holiday to repeat every 3 months, because that's not going to be right. But those are those are some options you have. I see another question came in the chat. Let me check that out really quick. Can we add contacts to the smart plan as we go along? Will the smart plan start all over as a new contact is added? Okay, there's a few questions. So let's start with the first one. Can we add contacts to the smart plan as we go along? Yes. And it will start at the beginning of the smart plan. It will not pick up where everybody else is. I think that answered the next question. Okay, so the example is I have a smart plan set up for a Christmas email to go out and then a New Year email to go out. If the contact is added after Christmas, will they get the New Year email? Yes, so they will get the New Year email, but if you add somebody after Christmas has started, they'll still get the Christmas email, because it's not date specific on when it doesn't say send this email on Christmas Eve only. So if you set somebody up on something that's going out for Christmas and it's already after Christmas, they're still going to get the Christmas touch. Does that make sense to everybody? Okay.
I tried adding bulk tags to the bulk email list, and it did not add any of the new ones.
It didn't add any of the new what?
The new names that were not already in the bulk email. Yeah,
so the bulk email is a little different than the smart plans. You actually have to make a list every time you send out an email.
Explains it. Okay, thank you.
Yep. All right. Oh, Jan asked, would this Xmas email be one plan and the New Year's be another? You can make them as 2 different plans if you want. If you know that you're sending it to the same batch of people, the one I have set up and ready for you guys to use, you can just put everybody on at one time and it'll run through for all the touches I'm going to show you. So the campaign that I started with today, I actually made and I published to the library, so everybody has access to that. So I will show you how to get that today too, so you don't have to recreate it if you don't want to. All right, so I'm going to go into smart plans now. So like I said, you can make as many emails as you would like. I'm going to go ahead and go into smart plans. That's this 4th icon right here. I still have my screen shared, right? Yeah. Okay. And to make a brand new smart plan, guess what? You're going to hit create up in the top right. And then you're going to name it. I'm going to call it holiday test, and we're just going to hit apply. All right, so there we have it, holiday test, and you can see it's completely blank. So what I did for the ones I was showing you before was I just added, you have to decide if you want a text to go out first or an email to go out first. For the text to work, you do need to be set up with Twilio. You can connect that in your settings inside command. So if you come up to here and go to settings, you can set up your Twilio account. If you had it before and you haven't used it in a long time, it's been updated. So make sure you go and do the updates you need to do. We're getting much better pricing now. We already had a bulk discount on texting, but because we have so many agents at KW, we're able to get some huge discounts. I think you can get like 1,500 texts for like $12. I might be wrong on that. We can look into that in a little bit. I don't want to get out of the screen. You get a vast amount of text. It's less than a cent per text, so that must be wrong. Maybe it's 15,000 texts for like $12. That's probably more correct. We'll look at it a little bit later though. But it's really important to use. I know a lot of people don't want to do the texting when they first hear about it because they're not familiar with how the system works, or because they don't want to pay for it. Email's free, of course. However, emails get less than 20% open rate on average, marketing emails, because everybody's getting bombarded with emails. That's not to say you shouldn't be sending them, because if you call and reach out to them and say, hey, I sent you this email, did you get it? It's a great talking point, and the information's there for them, so they can always go back and check it later. However, text messages, there's like a 90% chance they're going to open that text message, and they reply a lot faster. So that's why I really like to incorporate the text steps in these smart plans as well. But who wants to sit down and text 50 people? You know, that's going to take a couple hours to do that. When you can set it up on the smart plan, it'll run automatically for you. All right, so what I want to do first, let's say I want to send that email first. I'm going to click send email. And you can do a couple of things. You can either set up all of your steps and then go populate all the information, or we can put in our one step, add the information, put in our next step, and so on. So I'm going to show you how to access your email that we just created. So you can see right now I have this little toggle right here that says email types. It says simple. Now with the simple one, I can just type whatever I want in here, and I can use these different features to do different colors, stuff like that. But that's all I can do. I can't do pictures or anything, and I can't use that form we just made. So if I come into this part of the toggle and tap on designs, you can see I now have an option here to select design. So this will open up my library. So it took me again to the KW library, but remember I already made one that I'm happy to use. So I want to go ahead here and click my design templates. And these are anything that I've already worked on. So here's our test holiday. I'm just going to click on that one and click got it. And then it's going to open it up one more time for me to see it. I'm just going to hit save that. Yes, that's the one that I wanted. And now it's right here. If you guys ever forget what email you've loaded into a smart plan, you can click these three little dots and you can preview your design. You can also go in and edit that design or select a brand new one. So I can just hit preview here and just to get a glance at what it was that I added in there. So I've added my email in, and then you have to give it a subject. So however you want the subject line to appear. And there I've got my first step of my smart plan created. Now I want to set a delay. So I don't want an email and a text to go out on the same day. Maybe you do. If you do, then don't put a delay in. I don't, so I am going to hit set delay. So I have my email set up, and let's say I want my text to go out 3 days after my email. That's it. I set my delay. So my email is going to go out 3 days later. I'm going to set up a text message. So send SMS or MMS. I'm going to go ahead and tap that. And you can see that that's popped right into place here as well. I'm getting an error message. This account that I'm on is not connected to Twilio. So if you do have Twilio connected, you won't have that. If you don't, you can go ahead and hit subscribe right here, and it'll walk you through how to set up your account. So just like with the emails, you can type whatever your message is in here, and I can use merge fields. So I can write hi, and over here on the right, I can tap on this little drop down, contact first name. So it could say, hi, Kelly, and that will happen automatically. So I don't have to send it to her specifically. Now, I can't wait for the Pam this year. What are you having? Obviously, you want to put something about like happy holidays or whatever, but make it something fun. Here, let's see. Can't believe how close we are to Christmas. Make sure you're spelling it right. So you could just do some words of appreciation. You could do something, clever like this. And then see how I left it with a question that they need to respond to with more than a yes or no. That can kind of spur up a conversation. And you don't have to say anything about real estate. Obviously on a different campaign, if you're wanting to do like a market stat update or something, you can put that in there. But for today, we're doing holiday stuff, so I didn't want to put anything about real estate in there. We're just doing a touch, reminding people that we're out there. And then you can type in your own name, or you can also do the merge field here. So like, let's say you're on a team and you're setting this up for your team. You can find the merge field that says agent first name and then agent last name, or you can even do a team name. So maybe I don't want to do first name, last name. Maybe I want to do it from my team. So I can just do that. And now my text is all set up and ready to go. And then we do the same thing as many times as we want with delays and different steps. You can add in as many steps as you want. Like I said, I think you can go out to 3 months with this. And you can delay up to 30 days. Any questions on this so far? How to merge fields for text messages? That's great. Yes, it's an awesome feature. Paul said, do the merge fields and designs transfer and work in the SmartPlan? So Paul, I'm guessing you mean in the email, and the answer is yes. So you can see here, this is the one I had made up that I was showing you. This I made in designs, and obviously this is just a preview, so it doesn't have somebody's name in there, but it does feed right over. So if I click on my holiday and I go to edit design, so you can see that they're built right in there. I could come back in. Oh, see, it looks like this one lost the field. So I could come back in just to double check and put contact. First name. We clearly have more options in the email than we do on the text, and I'm in the wrong section here. Contact. There we go. Contact. First name. Okay. So we're gonna go ahead and hit save. I don't really want the last name in there. Nobody addresses me. Hello, Amy Stack. I'll hit save. Oh, I didn't hit done. Now we can hit save. There we go. So now we're just contact first name. Yeah. Uh-oh, it froze on us. There we go. I clicked too much at one time. So yeah, the merge fields will feed over there. There we go. All right, so that is, I just did the 3 steps, but basically what I did was that twice, and I set up the days in my campaign to space it out so that I could have one go out, both my text and my email before Christmas, enough time that an email would go out before New Year's, and then the text to go out after New Year's. So let me open that one up again, the one that I actually published for everybody to use. Save. And this is where we started today's conversation. So I'm going to go ahead and hit edit on the SmartPlan. And you can see all the steps I have set up already. Now, a couple people were asking about how to add people to SmartPlans. I saw that. So right here is one way to do it. I'm in my SmartPlan right now. I can hit this little plus sign and I can search by tag. I can type in a name, or I can go through and click people specifically here. It's important to know that you can only add 50 people at a time to a SmartPlan. So if you are doing a tag, let's see. Oh, I don't have tags set up in this account. Oh, here, the social staff. Let's do that one. If you're doing a tag, you scroll through, see that those all have the check mark. I'm going to add these. Now, if I go to the end of this column, I can see Arthur's the last one. So I'm going to go ahead and hit add to SmartPlan. And then I have the option to start all now, meaning once I hit this button, this is going to launch this campaign to go out to these people. We talked about dates a little bit earlier. I can start it on the following date. So I can actually click the calendar and say, I want to set all of this up now, but I don't actually want the campaign to start until the 15th of December. So then everybody will get this SmartPlan starting on the 15th. The third option we have is to stagger over the next few days. So let's say I think I only have 40 some on here, but I can see how I can change this number here. I could type it in too. Oops, gotta highlight it first. I don't know how many people I have in here. Okay, so if I don't want, let's say you're doing something that's text only and not email, and you don't want to have to respond to everybody. You don't want to get flooded with a bunch of text replies at the same time, right? Because you want to make sure that you're getting back to everybody. You can set up this stagger date. So you can say, all right, yeah, I do want it to go to all these people, but I only want it to go to 26 people a day. So it'll send it to 26 people today, 26 people tomorrow, 26 people the next day. So that will help space everything out for you. And then I'm not going to hit confirm because I don't actually want to send this, but you would just hit confirm and that would start the plan for you. So I'm going to go ahead and hit cancel here. And I see that we have some more questions in the chat. So let me get back to those. Margaret said, can you show how to set the delay again? Of course. So once you are ready to add a delay, let me do it on my test one. I don't want to change this one. I'm gonna go back into holiday test. Timeout before that, I showed you one way to add people to the Smart Plan. Once the Smart Plan's in your library, you can actually add them from right here as well. You don't have to open it up if you don't want to. You'll get exactly the same window that we saw, and you'll still have those options for send now, later, or stagger. Okay, so let's go ahead and open that one back up to edit. Just a quick reminder on how to set those delays. So I've got my 3 steps in here so far. Let's say I'm ready to add another one. Over here, we have a button that just says set delay. So I'm just going to tap on that, and it will automatically go to the bottom of my plan. And then I can go see up to 30 days I can delay it. So I can click it, or I can type in, 25, and that's how I add a delay to the Smart Plan. And then Ken asked, he said that's how I tried to add them, all tagged month's newsletter. Ken, I'm not 100% sure. I'm guessing you're saying that you were in here and you tried to add them. Oh, let me save this.
I tried to add them to a bulk email list already for the purpose of adding new names to an already bulk list of people getting the newsletter.
But
And
were
it
you
wouldn't add.
in here,
I'm in
or
right-
were
yeah,
you?
exactly where you're at?
Okay, so
I just clicked tab.
This isn't how you want to do a bulk email. If it's just like a one-time thing that's going out, you actually want to do that through campaigns, not through Smart Plans.
It was done through campaign. Okay, yeah, that's right. I got it.
Okay, so I'll actually show you guys what that looks like, because you can send out the emails a couple of ways, but let's see if there's any other questions about Smart Plans, but I can hop in over to the campaign side too to let you guys see that. Any other things you guys want to see about the Smart Plan? I'm going to show you how to get the one I created for you. But before we do that, is there anything else you guys have questions on how we did anything today? No, doesn't look like anything's coming across in the chat. Okay, great. Would you guys like the one that I set up already? Would that make your lives a little easier?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, perfect. So once you guys are, pros at this, you play around a little bit. Let's go ahead and hit save. Go back into Smart Plans. I don't know if you're aware, but there's a whole library of Smart Plans out there. So International created some for us, but they've now opened it up so that any agent can share a Smart Plan. So I went ahead and made this one up, a couple weeks ago and added it to the library up here. So once you're inside Smart Plans, same little button. It's always going to take you right into My Smart Plans, but next to it, we've got this library button. So if I go ahead and tap on that, you have access to a whole library. And you can see there's a lot in there, and I'm running Zoom, so it's loading a little bit. While that happens, we have some filters we can use. So I can search by a Smart Plan name. If you know I want to use something specifically for Facebook follow-up, you could try just searching Facebook and see what pops up. If you know that it was Amy that made it, you could type in Amy and search by author. Or description, you could also put in Facebook there. Then we also have these filters. It opens up a little drawer on the right-hand side. So if you want something that runs a certain amount of time, you can search specifically by that. Again, by author, how many touches the Smart Plan is, how many people are using it, or how people have rated it. So I'm just going to clear out of that. So you can see all of these Smart Plans will actually show you. This one has almost 25,000 agents using it, and it's got, out of 24 people that decided to rate it, it's got like 4.5 stars. Okay. Another cool thing you can do in the library is actually kind of get a little bit of a preview before you add it to your own Smart Plans. I can click on View Steps here, and you can see this one's pretty short. It's an email, a delay, and a repeat. Now, if I go to one, let's go to one that's a little longer, 15 steps. If I go to one that has some more information in there, it's actually gonna, as you hover over the different pieces, it will show you what's already programmed in there. So you can see this one has a text that says, just wanted to check in. How's your day going? Any real estate needs I can help you with? So that's an automated text on that plan that will go out. Once you find the plan that you want to use or edit and then use, you would just hit Add Smart Plan, and that would go right into your library. So you guys can either search Amy by author. There's only a couple pages of Amy, or I called it Holiday. Oh, I got to remember Holiday. Oh, it's not typing. I think I called it Holiday and New Year Touch. Oops, I froze it. I clicked too many things too fast. Let's let it catch up. Does it say on here? Oh, that's just my email. There we go. Holiday. Ooh, and I don't remember if I used the ampersand or not. And New Year. Touch. Okay, so it looks like there's 26 that have those words in them. I think there's probably less Amy's than that. Let's search by author name. Just type in Amy. And we're gonna load. It's still gotta load. There's so many in there. But I think I'm on the second page of the Amy's. Okay, so while that's loading, let's see, some more questions came in. Are there features? Oh, so Moon, the good question. It says, are the features of SmartPlans free? So the texting is a paid system if you're adding texting into there, but you can, I just showed you emails and texting. You can also just set up reminders to go to yourself or tasks. So like I have some people that like to send out handwritten cards. So they make one of the tasks a reminder to send out like a thank you for coming to my open house or a birthday card, something like that. So that's obviously you have to pay for the card and the postage and everything, but just using the SmartPlan itself is free unless you're incorporating the text messages and you just have to pay for your texting. All right. Oh, I must have freaked out the system here. Author name, Amy. There we go. I thought I was done looking. There we go. So now we're in the Amy's. And I believe I'm on the second page, and it's under my full last name. It's under Stachowiak. Otherwise, I would just say search for Amy Stack. I don't know how to get it to change that because that's how I'm in the Keller Williams system. Come on. It doesn't like me today. It doesn't want you guys to use my plan, but I promise it's in there. So it'll have my little picture, and it's just called Holiday and New Year Touch. And I think it'll be easier to find it under my name versus the whole system. And I think I'm just not being patient enough. I'm just gonna not touch the computer after I type my name in there and let it go. All right, there we go. So just let it load. It's got a lot to feed through. There's, you know, a few thousand SmartPlans in here now. Oh no, it's still not doing Amy. It doesn't like us today, you guys. All right, we'll come back to that. So the next thing I wanted to show you, because it came up a little bit, was sending these emails. So not as a SmartPlan, just specifically one bulk email that I want to send out. So I think it was Ken that was saying he's using this for an email newsletter, which is a great idea. Oh, okay, this is the name of the SmartPlan real quick, guys, if you want to write that down. Holiday and New Year Touch is an ampersand.
6-day challenge. It started in session.
Oh, somebody's on my YouTube channel. I was like, I hear my voice. All right, so what I was saying is that you can, same exact thing we did, go into designs, start an email and make a template. You can make a newsletter template in there. But with the newsletter, you're probably going to update it every month. You don't necessarily know what you're sending out a whole year in advance. So you're going to send them once a month and make it once a month. So for something like that, you actually want to come into campaigns. It's the little megaphone applet. And you want to use the email feature. So to do that, you just create a new campaign and you want to click on email. You're going to name it. And I'm going to choose other. And we're going to use command email. And then hit set up campaign. So this is if you're sending one email to a bunch of people one time. This is not for a SmartPlan. And Ken, for the recipient list, I think this is what you were talking about here. You're going to go ahead and hit create list anytime you're sending out, unless, so if you're doing one list and there's nobody's been updated the next time, you can use the same list again. But if you have a tag that you're sending out a newsletter to this month and you've added people to that tag for next month, you need to make a new list because the new people won't be on it. You haven't added them to the recipient list yet. So you can search by tags.
That's what I was doing. And it would not add them.
And let's just walk through it here. So I just hit select all for here. It'll do 100 at a time. If you come all the way down, you can hit load more. Load more. Load more. And load more. So now that's my whole tag. And I can go ahead and select all, and now you can see it went to 494. It was at 100 before, and I want to name it. I usually just put the date on it so I know when I last, oh, I'm not typing. Nobody want to tell me that? Oh, I am typing. I put the date on it so that I just remember the last time that I updated that list, and then I can go ahead and hit confirm. And then you can see that the recipient list is right here. Is that how you've been doing it, Ken? Was it Ken? Was it Paul? Who was asking that? I'm sorry if I mixed up the names. Yeah.
No, it was me. I tried doing it that way and it wasn't adding it. So I went to all contacts, did a filter by that tag, clicked them all, bulk email, add them to bulk, add them to bulk, add them to bulk 50 at a time, and it still didn't do it. I ended up having to just can the entire list and start over again.
And you did the list just like I showed it right now?
Yes, ma'am.
Then my next suggestion for you would be to make sure that 1, you've cleared your cookies, 2, you're on Chrome, and if cookies didn't work, maybe try an incognito browser. If it's still happening, I would actually report it to support because as you can see, I just did almost 500 and it worked just fine. So if it's not working for you, there's some sort of, I'm thinking there's a glitch in your account, unfortunately.
I'm waiting to find out why I'm seeing other agents that are not in Michigan, their notes on my contacts.
Yeah, I would report that too. That's a little hinky.
About half of them.
Interesting. And you're not set up on a team or anything, right?
No, these are people that are not in Michigan. I mean, they got added to, a Baton Rouge neighborhood nurture, and
Yeah.
they live in.
All right. Do you have a tech trainer in your office?
I believe we're in limbo with that.
Okay, then you should have a regional tech trainer. So if you don't have one in your office, talk to your leadership team and see if they can get you in touch with the regional tech trainer. They should be able to help with this as well. They're going to want to see some videos or set up like a Zoom call with you to kind of troubleshoot it and push it up the line at support with the development team.
Right. Okay.
All right. I see a couple other questions came in. Out of said to clarify, a campaign is a one-time message to multiple contacts and a SmartPlan is multiple steps. Correct. So anything you do with this megaphone, really good question, Auda. This megaphone will let you blast one email to as many people as you set it up for one time. The SmartPlans, as often as you add people to it, the SmartPlan will run through. But as I mentioned before, it's going to run through all of the steps. So if you add 50 people today and they're going, a week through the steps and they're getting these different steps, and then you hit another 50 people next week, they're going to get steps at a different point in time. I don't know if you can still see my hands, but they will still receive all the steps. They're not just going to meet where the rest of the people already are. So if you're doing date specific stuff, it's not the best to use the SmartPlan for that. Okay. Then we got another question. Can we add people to the team account to the list? Just notice the email campaigns are for our personal account. Joe, that's a great question. There have been a lot of team updates coming out. So I'm not 100% sure what your question is. I do know that the team accounts are supposed to be able to set up one campaign and then all the agents on the team can use it. I'm not sure if that feature is out just yet, but that is where we're going with it. Just like I published it to the library where everybody can use it, there should be able to be a way to do that within Teams for a team specific email as well. Reading through some more questions. Oh, thanks, Pam. Campaigns are not teamified yet, so they're coming. So when you say campaigns, you mean SmartPlans? Well, either one probably. So I know that it's coming. They're really
No,
working on-
campaigns. I tried to put a bulk email through campaigns and it defaulted to the personal account. So you can't
Oh,
send any,
instead of a team account.
and
Gotcha.
all of our contacts are in the team account and not
Okay.
in personal accounts. So,
And you don't have access to them?
yeah, but all of the contacts were moved from our personal accounts to the team account, and campaigns automatically defaults to your personal account. It won't run through Teams. So
But
if you put contacts in your campaign emails, nothing shows up. There are no contacts there.
Okay, so I thought there was a way, and it's going to depend on how your Rainmaker has it set up, unless you're the Rainmaker.
I'm an admin to the Rainmaker.
Okay,
I do
okay.
everything through his account.
Perfect. So I thought, I could be wrong, I don't know a ton about the team stuff yet. I thought there was a way that in the lead routing and disbursement and everything, you could kind of delegate that way who has access to what and when. I could be mistaken. What market center are you from?
Lansing, Michigan.
Oh, okay. So I'm guessing you're in the same situation with the tech trainer. That's kind of
Yeah, Nick Baldwin. Well, no, we have
Well,
a
Nick's your
tech trainer,
regional
but
tech
Nick
trainer,
Baldwin
right?
is our regional guy.
Yeah, but you don't have one in your market center.
We do, but are kind of yeah.
In flux a little bit. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to think. We do have somebody at one of our other offices that teaches specifically on Teams every other week on Tuesdays. So if you guys do want to check out our e2psuccess.com, I'm going to put that in the chat right now. Right on the, I just sent it to one person. Sorry, Danny. You got it exclusively. Let me put it to everybody.
That'd be helpful because I'm having a hard time getting team information.
Yeah, so he's on a team himself, so that's part of the reason. He's the tech coordinator at one of our other offices. He teaches every other Tuesday on it, and so if you go to that website and you just scroll down on the first page, it will. Here, I can just show you. It will show you all of our classes that we have, and they're all Zoom right now because of everything that's going on. So is my screen still shared? Yeah. You can scroll through here and see. This is just the main page. I scroll through. These are all the classes we have going on between our different market centers. So I think he's next Tuesday. I think he was this week already. He usually does it at 10 o'clock. Yep. So December the 15th, lab command for Teams. That'll be his next Tuesday class.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah. All right. Let's go back in here and see if this worked. I don't know. It's not cooperating with me today. Every time I tested it, I pulled up just fine. All right, let's try that again. Let's see. Just a thank you. Okay. We got about 5 minutes left. Did I answer everybody's questions? I think I did. Next week I'll be doing same time. We're going to be on Thursdays. I almost said Tuesday. That's wrong. We'll be on Thursdays at 2 o'clock every week moving forward. I'm actually going to do a social media one. We're going to talk about social media content calendars, so why you need them and how to set them up. So come back for that. And if you guys have questions, I'm running that same website, the E2P website. I run command on demand about 4 times a week and in the mornings, and we have somebody else who runs it in the afternoon. So if you have questions about this type of stuff, you can always pop back in.
I have a quick question.
Yeah.
On Saturday, I will be talking with a friend of mine who is a potential buyer. Could you walk me through the major steps that I should follow in using smart plans? I will go first, I will create contact. And what are the other, when I'm talking to him, I will ask him how many bedrooms do you want? Where do you want? Which village? So where should I?
So that's not really going to be a smart plan. That's going to be more in your opportunity section of command. You'll want to make sure you have, you can set up your own checklist. I would definitely touch base with Julie on that, your launch coach. She'll be able to help you get the checklists and the questions that you need to ask. And we have those buyer consultation and designs you can use too. But you can make checklists right inside of opportunities to help you make sure you hit all those notes in any of your appointments or your transaction phases.
So which one is opportunities?
It's the handshake. So,
This
but they're
is
not
good.
in there. You would set it up for your business on how you want to run it. So definitely touch base with Julie. She'll be able to help you with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, my pleasure. So, yeah, if you guys have more questions about the like what we covered today, feel free to hop in. Tomorrow's Friday? I'll be running Command on Demand at 10 o'clock tomorrow. So the link's on that E2P website. Like I said, the video will go up Saturday, and I'll send out the recording next week. I think Tuesday I send out my emails. Yeah, you'll all get it because you all came. So thanks so much for coming. Next week is calendars, social media content calendars. So I hope to see you back for that. Have a great day, everybody.
Thank you, Amy.
You too.